Hi there, beautiful souls, and welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my live feeds or videos, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. My apologies for my voice this morning, and I may have the occasional cough. I'm right at the end of a bit of a head cold. I am feeling just fine, but the lingering effects of a head cold is where I am at in this moment. So I will send my apologies for any coughing that may occur. Happy Monday. We are coming into, I'm really excited about this energy update this morning because the energy feels like something that we all are kind of like ready for. So, first of all, we are coming into another full moon. November 5th, we have a full super moon in Taurus, a little bit of Taurus energy coming in there. A few things that are coming up is a lot of endings. Endings are coming up really kind of like loud and proud with, time to move forward, time to do something different, time to kind of acknowledge what needs to go in our physical world experience. That could just be feelings, emotions. It can be people, relationships can be taking a bit of a turn this week, but it also feels very empowering. Time to take back our power. Now, I want to just kind of give you guys this sentence that Spirit gave me. Your power relies on you being your true self. Clarity is coming in this week. Authentic self energy is coming in this week. True, authentic, clear and directed, authentic, and with an authentic inner light. So, a lot of truth of who you are and what you want and the direction that you're going in is going to be on the forefront. Now, does that mean that endings are always easy? No, it does not. The hardest thing for us as humans is learning to let people go or let things go because it's not authentically who we are anymore or what authentically we want. And in this red hot moment that we're in, truth and inner light. It's we're really shifting into that. I want to read that sentence again because I loved it so much. I actually wrote it on a post-it note to put on my fridge for the week. Your power relies on you being true to yourself. That whole inner power, authentic self. Sometimes we hold that back, or sometimes it changes. We can change who we are and what we want, or we can acknowledge the growth and this, our spirituality has shifted different things. There is an elevated energy that is coming in this week to help elevate us into something more. Acknowledging that we want something more in life is okay, especially when it comes to relationships or jobs or careers or something different. I really feel that, suppressing our emotions and energy is not going to be a good thing this week. So if you're a person that tends to suppress and push down, or if you're not a big talker, get yourself a journal or a pen or talk in the mirror or any way of letting go what you're suppressing. You don't have to share it with people if you don't want to, but the suppressing energy is kind of like begging us to kind of like come out, come forward, letting it go so that we can bring in new and we can also kind of tap in to the rewards of endings. There are a lot of rewards to things ending. It opens up new chapters. It opens up new beginnings. It opens up, a new direction. Now, interestingly enough, and I kind of had to look this one up because I wasn't aware of it. We are in the second of three final big supermoons. And I found that really interesting because, big supermoons are all about releasing and it's all about endings. 2025 is a 9 year, so in numerology, that is a year of endings. So we're kind of in this one final push to end what no longer needs to be, and letting go for us humans is a difficult thing. We do struggle with that, right? Or acknowledging how we authentically feel quite often, and people may not understand it or hear it or want to kind of acknowledge that. This could also be, the people that are around you. So if you see people who are, like trying to find out who they are, what they want, put out that hand of support to walk beside them while they navigate that with, I think I want something more. I'm looking for new directions. It may not be you that is going through some of this. It may be people that are around you that are struggling to come into who they authentically are. It's huge. With all this clearing, and this kind of got me a little bit excited, I'll be honest with you. With all this clearing of energy, I really felt this abundance elevated. This abundance energy this week seems to be elevating. So tap into those manifestations, tap into being open to receive more, and it can be more love, more more financial abundance. It's okay to ask for more. It's okay to ask. Don't be afraid of wanting more. Spirit shouted that at me. Don't be afraid of wanting more, whether that be more substance to friendships or relationships, or wanting more of clarity. Don't be afraid of wanting more. And then I kind of had this interesting chat with Spirit about gratitude. And I always talk to you guys about toxic positivity. I've talked about that 1,000 times on the channel. Spirit brought me that conversation into gratitude. Yes, there are things that we are very grateful for, but there are also things that we don't want. And it's okay to say, I'm grateful for the learning, but I'm not really acknowledging that I'm not really grateful that I had to experience that. And I think, like, Spirit was very clear to me on sharing how we really feel from that heart space. Yes, there's a lot to be grateful for. And yes, acknowledging all the things that we want to. But there's been this flavor in the spiritual community that it's not okay to have a feeling of what you're not grateful for, or your true thoughts. What Spirit said is, when we can voice them and talk about them, it gives us a different perspective on a new direction, right? So we don't have to be positive and happy all the time, and we don't have to be grateful for every single thing. It's okay to say, I don't understand this, I'm grateful for the learning, but man, this really sucks. We've got to stop encouraging people to suppress how they feel. And that has been huge. I've been seeing it out there in readings in my intuitive guidance session. I've been seeing it in workshops where people are like, well, I'm grateful for so many things, but I'm not grateful for everything. And it's okay to express it. And I think this, suppressing of feelings is really going to be part of this week, of being able to connect to that. We've really lost, not all of us, but some of us have really lost that connection. We've lost that truth. We've lost that, and we've been programmed a little bit of programming in there. But I think that it's okay to come back into your heart space and say, you know what, that was a hard one, and I'm not really happy that I had to go through it. I'm grateful for the learning, and I'm grateful for all those who held my hand, but man, that sucked. We don't have to always lean into this fake feeling. It's about kind of acknowledging, who we authentically are and what we want to do to move forward. I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about letting go, because I've seen in my meditation this morning so many people holding on so tight to something that needs to be released. So, being able to kind of, if there's any cord cutting that you need to do, I do cord cutting. I'll grab a piece of string. Let me just use a cord here. I'll grab a piece of string, and I'll tie it to my hand, and I'll tie the other piece to a doorknob. And with love, I'll release myself from that. If it's not serving me, I want to let it go. Right? I'm grateful, but I need to let it go. And whatever I learned, or wishing people well, being able to kind of like, release ourselves. It's a releasing process, so that we can make more room into new directions, or who we authentically are, and we don't have to wait. We don't have to wait. The other thing that Spirit talked to me, Spirit was quite chatty with me this morning, and I feel like November, December is a bit of an elevation and connection as well. When the closer we get to the holidays, the more we talk about our loved ones, the more we kind of feel and acknowledge. As the new year comes, we start to kind of think about things. But I really feel like we don't have to do the same thing all the time. So it's okay just to, if you want to think about, like, I really don't feel that pulled to that tradition. It's not really serving me. I think I want to try something new, whether it be this Thanksgiving for our American friends, or for Christmas for all of us. Is there anything that you want to kind of like let go of or break free from that's no longer serving you? It's another example of how we will often wash, rinse, repeat things that we don't really feel a connection to anymore. Reconnecting is what this big, beautiful Taurus full moon is kind of bringing us to. I feel like we're coming into the final big page, being able to turn over the lessons and giving ourselves some time to have that authentic moment. Authentic self is going to be huge. Now, I will say there is a very healthy way of expressing that. Always sharing from my heart space. I'll go, you know what, that really doesn't resonate with me anymore. I really need to let it go. I try not to pull in, a heavy or mean energy into it, but I usually don't feel heavy or mean anyway. But I will simply say, this isn't working for me. I really need to try something different, go someplace different, think about something in a different way. And I find for the most part, people are very understanding of that. Yeah, I get that. Thanks for acknowledging how you're really feeling. It's going to be a week of really authentic energy. And depending on how people tap into that, and depending how people cope with hearing your truth, and it's okay. You can share your truth from a beautiful place. Not everybody has to pick it up and understand it. Ooh, that's delicious. Let's have a sip of tea. All right. Doesn't help that I was at hockey cheering this weekend. It doesn't That probably didn't help my voice much. All right, here we go. Oh, it's so good to see all you guys and your questions. Let's dive into some of them here. Um Kelsey, any messages for me? Kelsey, I got a father figure, so dad, grandfather, or someone like a dad walking down, like almost like so close I can't put any kind of space in between the two of you. You're heading in the right direction. You're sifting and sorting and test tasting and figuring it out. And he's giving you like that kind of like that word permission to do that. Sometimes we kind of get so caught up in what if it doesn't work out, or if I'm on the wrong path. You're heading in the right way. I mean, if there's a bit of a detour, you're going to be guided back. I also feel like you're talking a lot more to the spirit dimensions. I can feel your connection, kind of wiring in at perhaps a higher trust level. But there's something there with your spiritual connection is growing. It's normal to overthink it. Sorry, guys. It's normal to overthink it, but I think that your connection's becoming more of a sharper, crisper, and they're just saying, "Trust that. Trust that. Just trust the allowing, trust the opening, just trust it." All right. Jazz, Thanksgiving. What sign am I missing from my spirit guides right now, and why did I lose 10 pounds? Um, I don't feel anything medical here, Jazz, but please, if you think there's something medical going on, or if there's a concern, please see your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I feel more, Jazz. I'm curious if it's more of a letting go thing. I feel like, have you been kind of like looking at letting go? Or doing some healing work. Sometimes we can hold things that impact our body. Energy impacts our body. I feel like you've been either slowly letting go, or slowly giving yourself permission, or slowly releasing. That has a feeling there. I don't feel The only thing I feel that maybe you're missing it's just a pinch of elevation in your spiritual self-care. I feel like a little bit more. And we never hit our ceiling on the top. We never hit, oh, there's the maximum capacity. I feel like there's always more as we kind of grow. There's always more space right up here for that spiritual self-care. And spiritual self-care can be as simple as breathing. I say this all the time, moments matter. Moments matter. And I feel like giving yourself, an extra moment a day, or an extra moment a week, or an extra moment of that spiritual self-care. Oh, somebody else here, Elf Frog. I caught a scratchy cold too. Yeah, it's not a terrible cold, but it is a bit annoying. Um, just the season, I guess. Just the season. Yeah, here we go. Just the Laura. I didn't even see your comment when I said that. Just the season to fight the colds. Yeah. Um, Quite often for me, a cold is very symbolic that I need to kind of take more time to chill. Like I don't have to be in that go, go, go mode all the time. And sometimes it's a reminder for me of just sit and breathe, even if you can't breathe through your nose. Bubbles Bear 17. I'm trying. Sorry, I got a window that opened up here. I got a question. I'm trying to work on working through fear to express myself. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Before I finish and before I answer that, fear has been a vibration that's been kind of programming us for the last, couple years at a louder volume. You're not the only one. I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone in working through that. Sometimes we feel like we're alone or we're crazy because we're working through something. You're absolutely not alone. Fear is something it's a programming. So what you're doing here, Bubbles Bear, I love that, Bubbles Bear. Bubbles Bear, is you are rewiring your thoughts, and you're rewiring perhaps some of the conditioning that's been around you. So good for you. Does Spirit have any messages as to what direction I should go into with this? I feel like continuing to work on that. If I have any mentoring students here, you guys will know the exercise. Um, Mine, not mine, and putting it down. So being able to, I'm just gonna grab something here. I'm gonna use the spirit animal book because it's handy. So let's say, Bubbles Bear, This is gonna be symbolic of a specific fear. I'm literally gonna look at it, and I'm gonna acknowledge that that fear is not part of me. It's not in me. This fear isn't in me. I'm experiencing it. I'm gonna acknowledge it, but then I'm gonna put it down. And you may have to put it down 1,000 times before you see the effects of it. But picking something up, it's a fearful energy. I'm gonna put it back down. Is and asking yourself, talking to the fear, is this a programming? Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about ABC on social media or in the world, or about, am I absorbing? Am I absorbing something that's been put out there as a programming, right? And looking for things to not be fearful of. So looking at, for example, finding a fluffy cloud in the sky, focusing on that fluffy cloud, feel the lack of fear in that. Being able to reprogram our thoughts is a bit of work, but I'll tell you, it's so huge and so freeing. And we all have those moments. There's so much programming, not just from like social media, but throughout our lifetime, right? And even though the programming may not have been intentional, it can be other people's fears that we've kind of picked up, or other people's traditions that we picked up. Start rewriting a new belief system. It will be huge. And if any of my mentoring students are in here and want to throw a comment there for Bubbles Bear of anything that you found helpful through workshops, I think that's a great time to do that. Um, Tia764, is there any messages from me from Spirit? I feel like I need to kind of do just a little bit of reflection and acknowledging how far you've come. I feel like I'm in this mode of I'm not going fast enough. I'm not doing enough, and taking a moment of just kind of like looking back at how far you have come, what you have healed. Being able. I feel like that I just need to like tap myself on the shoulder with, "Holy cow, I've come a long way." I feel like there's just that momentum. Not that it's never enough for you, but I feel like it's like that, I'm not doing good enough, or I'm not letting go enough, or I'm not doing you are. You've come so far, and I feel like I need to acknowledge that. Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a moment to be able to acknowledge how far that you've come. Spring, good morning, Lana. Anything from my guides? Spirit, as soon as I, or Spring, as soon as I seen your name, they pointed to the sheep. So I'm not sure when you logged into the live, but I need to go back. They've highlighted this. They took my spiritual highlighter. Your power relies on you being true to yourself. So I feel like I just got to lean in there a little bit, on how am I really feeling about something? How am I, acknowledging how I truly feel? We can go into healing when ooh, this is beautiful. We can go into healing when we've acknowledged our truth. We can go into healing mode. And I feel I'm right in my throat chakra, Spring. I don't know if you've been having trouble speaking your truth or being able to muster it up, or perhaps people aren't understanding how you're truly feeling, but I feel like I've got to be able to speak it so that I can heal it. I feel like I need to acknowledge it before I can heal it. And I feel like that can be a message for all of us. I think that if we can, stand in our power with speaking how we truly feel, it opens a door to being able to work on healing it. And hello, healing. This is how I feel. And it can be hard to kind of pull that out like a root, because for a lot of reasons, some of us have a lot of shame or been programmed to think certain way, and we struggle with tapping in there. And it's okay. I just heard somebody think this. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay to say, "I am learning who my authentic self is. I don't really know who I am. I don't really know how I feel about that. I need to take a moment and kinda give myself some time to process that." Just start holding a little bit of space, you guys, for how you really feel, being your true self. And if you're figuring that out, it's okay to be figuring that out. There's a new version of ourselves all the time. There's a new, like we're always figuring out the next steps or the next version of ourselves. We're a new version of ourselves. I know it may be subtle, but I'm not the same person as I was yesterday. I learned something yesterday that perhaps changed me a little bit, right? So now all of us, we wake up every day with a new day, a new version of ourselves, as subtle as it might be. All right, let's keep going. I love it this morning. I love the chatter this morning. Um, Wesley, any messages from me from Spirit? Wesley, I feel like I've gotta get more creative. I feel like I need to start, like, poking my head out with again, with the authentic self, but in a very creative way. So, creative way can be creative can be whatever resonates with you, but I feel like I've gotta say, "Okay, enough." This is them, Wes, not me. Yeah, we don't have to sit still all the time. We can start creating and and thinking about things, or even like I can even see like paint or crayons or markers, anything that can kind of connect you to something very colorful. There's a colorful reference here too, Wes. Wear something very bright today. Yeah, I just feel like I need to have kinda lean into more of a creative energy, and I feel like that space, it can be creating new thoughts or a new way of thinking about it. I think that your authentic self has been controlled. I feel like a bit of a puppet, controlled, and I feel like I need to say, "Take a little bit of that." No one can control what you wear or what you think, right? And allowing yourself to have that space that's just for you, for your true self. I hope that that resonates there, mister. Zaynensky. Good morning, Leonard. Any messages from my spirit guide? Um, I'm curious if you've wiggled. And the word I just saw, like, if you wiggled, I wanna say free from something. I feel like I've just kind of, like, wiggled. I feel like I wiggled out of something. I feel like I've wiggled. I know it sounds I'm trying not to laugh, but that's what they're giving me from your spirit guides. I feel like I've wiggled free from something, and I feel like I need to say, "Good job," for you, but I feel like I'm a fish out of water now. So, you know how you flop? Like, I feel like I'm flopping? And I feel like I need to say it's okay to not have everything figured out at all times. I feel like, sometimes I love this, by the way. I wish I could just give you my eyes for a moment. I feel like I need to say it's okay to flop around. It's okay to flop around like a fish out of water while you figure it out. So if it's not resonating for you in the moment, just kind of keep remember that I said it. If you're feeling like you're flopping around and you're not sure where you're flopping, I feel like I need to say it's okay. It's okay if that is where your true self is right now. I'm flopping around and I'm figuring it out. And I feel like I'm a fish out of water. I just need to say that it will settle, like it will settle, and it doesn't feel heavy or anything. It feels like the opposite. I'm figuring out something new because I wiggled out of an old situation. I love how spirit showed me that this morning. Okay, you guys have to watch the time. I only got a few minutes left. Um, I'm just gonna scroll down and see if anybody's giving me any validation, and then I'll scroll back up. Alright. Yes. Okay, you got some chatter there. Okay, I'm gonna come back up. I was just making sure that somebody didn't answer my question, answer some a validation that I spoke. Okay, let me come back up here. Um, Maruna, anything from my cat Kira, thank you. Maruna, that cat is always with you, and I feel like I need to say to you that Kira hears you all the time. I feel like you're calling for her. I almost heard you whistling in your head, like, and it could be energetically, like, "Come on with me today." I feel like I need to remind you that I'm always, always there. Morning, any mess Kelly 166. Morning, any messages for me? Um, Kelly, I just got this nurturing energy, like this very like this um and it feels more energetic. I thought it was going to be a dead person, but it's not. It's it feels more of like that spirit guide or energy of nurture. I feel like I need to kind of like really nurture myself. Like I just feel like it's being like, sent to you in like this wave of cradling yourself, of cradling it all, like of being able to nurture every ounce of you because you are so worthy and deserving of that. So I don't know if there's a lack of nurturing, or if you haven't felt nurtured, or you're not giving yourself enough nurturing time. And I feel like it has to come from within you and being able to nurture yourself a little bit, like do something really nurturing for yourself. Mm, Jeff. Spirituality really does help to show you what you actually want in life. Yeah, because it's your journey. So, in this, I have really been, I know I've been coloring it for a long time here on the channel. It's your journey. And it's whatever it means to you. It's whatever it means to you. We don't have to get caught up in the do this, do that in order to be spiritual. It's your journey. honoring yourself and loving yourself and figuring out what resonates and what doesn't resonate. It's so powerful, Jeff. You are so right. It really helps you tap into what you really want in life. All right, Tabitha, is there anything Spirit wants me to know? Thank you. Tabitha, the words that are coming to me were like really loud, like microphone loud, are every version of you was always doing the best that she could with what she knew at that time. So if anything comes up in reflection for you that you were like, yeah, you know what, what was I thinking, or hard on myself for that decision, just remind yourself, yeah, it could have gone differently, but you were making those decisions with the knowledge that you knew at the time and that version of you at the time. So just, marinate in that a little bit. Nadell Site Trail. Hi there. Are there any messages or warnings for me that I need to pay attention to right now? I don't feel any warnings. What I feel like I need to say is I feel like you put people back better than how you found them. You know that smile that you give to a stranger in line up somewhere? You know that holding the door open for somebody? I feel like intuitively you've been picking up on other people are struggling too. And those little small gestures, Sight trail, night Nadel Sight Trail. I feel like those little small, gestures to other people are making a big difference in the ripple effect. Sometimes we don't think that we are making a difference. There's something about your level of kindness that is really important to other people, and we may not always feel it or know it, but what they're saying to me is, "You are doing a really good job in participating in the ripple effect." Good for you. Oh, I feel called out. I'm really struggling with friendships right now. I've realized a lot of my childhood friends don't consider my choices as important as theirs, marriage, kids, etc. So sometimes, sometimes here we need everybody in their own lane, and I think that sometimes people just don't even consider it. It's not even an intentional thing. I truly believe half the time it's not intentional. But I do feel at this point in time it's also a good opportunity to bring in new people as well. As the people that are there that don't necessarily have to go anywhere, but they don't have to be the focus all the time. And I think that some of it is like it pushing you for expansion. I've got sorry, trying really hard at the cough. I've got friends that are totally non-spiritual that think what I do is like I'm a whack job. But they love and respect me anyway, but we don't talk about what I do, and it's perfectly okay, and I see them a couple times a year, and we have a jolly good time. Then I have friends that understand me in different ways, and there are different versions of myself that resonate with certain people, and guess what? That's okay. Not everybody has to resonate with you all the time, and it can be different patches of different groups of friends, and so I feel like that's kind of like showing you that right now is, yeah, you can keep in contact or connected with these people, but you can also connect with other like-minded people, and it can be right here in the community once a week here on the YouTube channel, or in any community or in any new space, and giving yourself permission to kind of play in new places. Ooh, I like that one. Play in new places. I really like that one. Play in new places and see how it goes. And it's okay that we come and go out of different types of relationships. We're meant to. We're meant to explore. And sometimes we have people that journey with us for a time, and then there may be a gap because we're going in a different direction. And it doesn't have to be heavy or hard. It just has to be I'm going over here to play for a little while. I play in new places. I like that one. I'm gonna have to remember that. I also feel right now that, some of you may be feeling this in your closer relationships, like in your spousal relationships, or your partnership relationships. Like I think sometimes, there can be some disconnect on allowing each other to really be in their own power without have anybody else having to step into it. Like it's not everybody has to be on the same page as us all the time either. Tabitha, I smudged my dad's trailer yesterday, and I hope my dad's trailer. Okay, I read that right. Trailer yesterday, and I hope it sells soon. There's now 5 and soon to be 6 selling in the park. There's been a you know what? What's interesting here is I know a lot of people selling their trailer. Tabitha, it's funny that you're bringing this up. I would continue to stay with the vibration of the right people, the right family are coming will buy this trailer. There's enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone. It only takes one person to buy that trailer and it's somebody else will buy somebody else's trailer. Whatever's right for that for them will happen. There's enough for everyone. Don't pull in the energy if I have to step back because other people are doing the same thing too. Ooh, that's another good one, right? So there's enough for everyone. And Tabitha, just kind of like lean into that. There's enough for everyone. Now, whoever wants a trailer can buy a trailer or sell a trailer. There's always enough for everyone. Just watch the energy that we pull into. Energy manifests things, right? So our thoughts create things, and all you guys all know that. I've talked about it 1,000 times, right? So acknowledging, yeah, there's a lot for sale here, and there's enough for everyone, right? So I think that that's really important. There's enough for everyone. There's also a lot of people looking for trailers. A lot of people selling trailers. There's a lot of people looking for trailers and taking this one step at a time. I don't feel bad with it. Tabitha, I read that one. Sorry, Tabitha. Jazz, Thanksgiving. What does my spirit team say about me putting my 2 weeks? Because I know the place where I work is not the right place for me, and I can feel the energy off. Well done, honoring you is what I get right there. You are honoring yourself, Jazz. Thanksgiving, and I think that it's time. I think that you've picked up on a lot of the cues that it's time, and you're trusting the journey with it. So well done, you is what I feel needs to be said. Ray, hey, have we lost connection? Never mind. Just me. Oh, connection on the feed. Oh, I'm sorry there. I thought you meant connection this way. I want to tap into that though, because reading that spirit just stepped in. I feel like many of us are gaining connection. I really do feel that. I feel that there is an amplified vibration going on to all of you guys, feeling spirit, seeing, like really feeling and hearing them. I feel like there's been an amp there, amplified. Jeff Rapp, yes, being grateful is very different from sugarcoating experiences. It's okay to feel all the feelings, both positive and negative. Jeff Ramp, Rant, sorry, absolutely. And I will always stand in that. It's, both positive and negative. Even the negative stuff is teaching us something. Even if it's teaching us, what we don't want or what we need to heal. It's teaching us something. And there's a positive and there's a positive and negative too, like I look back in reflection and I think, I look back at the hardest times of my life. Things that were really, really, really gong show. And I look back and and yeah, that was hard and heavy, and I probably have a life scar somewhere from that, that I have to keep reapplying the healing energy to. But you know what? That experience somehow was part of getting me where I am today, and I'm really grateful for where I'm at today. I'm so grateful for where I am at today. And it was a lot of the hard parts that got me here. So, I think that always acknowledging being so truthful with how you feel is so empowering. Now, I want to flip the coin on that one because sometimes we forget about other people. Mhm. Right? We do. We forget that, okay, bless their heart, they're figuring it out, or they're really working through the negative spot and being able to hold space without going in their lane, or being able to hold space because sometimes we want to jump in there and kind of like, let me fix that for you. Being able to hold space, offer suggestions, helping them guide through it, but other people too are going through a lot of those layers, right? A lot of the understanding. And I really too feel that we're all teachers here helping each other. It's all collective, so being able to pass on a word of support or a smile, and that ripple effect is so important. We truly, truly don't know what everybody's going through, like truly don't know, right? So, those moments where you kind of, give a stranger a supportive smile can really, really help everyone. It truly is. It's powerful stuff. Okay, let me just grab a note or a question here from somebody that hasn't had one answered. Holly's gal. Morning, Lana. Any messages from me this morning? Holly's gal. Oh my God. For whatever reason, I just want to give you a big old squeeze and hug. I just felt like I needed to do that. I feel like I need to remind you how loved you are, and how supported you are. And I just feel like, you need to kind of feel that. So I don't know if you've been struggling a little bit with not being good enough, or if there's a little bit of an inadequacy. Like, even we're all perfectly imperfect anyway, working through our crap, right? So I just feel like I needed to hug you there and just know that you were so loved and supported. And perhaps you just need a big old hug, but I'm giving it to you right here, right now. Um, photo photo source. My friend's house burnt down the other day. Oh, bless. They don't know. They don't know why yet. They lost everything. Why them? What do you feel? Sometimes, there we don't know the answer to the why. And I'm going to be brutally honest here. Sometimes it's just physical world, hard times and struggles. I don't feel like there's a particular why them. And I feel like, there are so many layers to life that we don't understand. Right? And I have said that to spirit many, many times. Why? Like, what the hell? Why? Like, and I think, and I think sometimes there is no real answer to that. Do I feel I don't feel that there's a punishment or a reason here to these people. I don't feel that at all. I feel like the restart and the reset, I think, is gonna be really important to them, and I feel like I just wanna send them as much, support while they navigate through that, but I don't feel like there's a reason. I don't feel now, taking the learning with this, so is they're learning? Yeah, they're learning how to, start over. They're learning how to perhaps accept help and support from other people. Is there learning involved in all of this? Absolutely. But I don't feel a pinpoint to a reason, if that makes sense. Sometimes there's no reason. We need to lean into the learning, and there are some things that are really hard to recover from. So please let them know that I'm holding them in so much love while they sort through this. I really am. It's a terrible experience to go through something like that. So please know that I'm holding them there. Okay, so Zaininski, look into yoga, especially frog pose. We store fear, grief, shame in our hips. Absolutely. Stretch your hips. We store trauma in the physical body. Once your mental is dry, you get the body. Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. Anything that you can do to move your body, and I love the frog pose, by the way. I like to do the hula hoop. You know how you move like a hula hoop? Um, I struggle with rhythm. So I just kind of allow myself to enjoy that hula hoop, being able to move energy. Morning stretches or any kind of yoga, absolutely, or any kind of dance or any kind of way of moving energy. The body holds on to things big time. Big time, you guys. I remember to press thumbs up. Thank you very much, darling. I use somatic exercises. Look at you guys sharing. I love it. They work well for me. I'm not a big yoga fan, to be honest. It doesn't resonate with me. I've tried it in the past, but thanks for the advice. Anything that does movement. I do like the frog pose. All right, you guys. I know there's quite a few of you here. I'm really grateful that you guys all joined me this morning. Thank you so much for that. Let us go to an angel number book. Let's connect to our Whoa, jumping. It's jumping. Jumping. 308. Source energy and the ascended masters are supporting you in every area of your life, including your career and finances. Support. I feel like there's so much support for us. And I think leaning into that is always important. I try to remind myself to lean in for support all the time. Like while I'm going through this, can you help guide me and support me through it? Spirit can't change things for us if we're learning a lesson. It's like, I have to walk through this. I can't you change it? No, there's a lesson here. Right. So I always bring in that supportive, can you walk beside me? Can you support me through it? Can you guide me through it? Can you show me? Clarity is big for me. I don't, even if things are hard to see, I want to see it. Right. So that is one of my mantras every day. Please show me what I need to see today. And it opens me up to that clarity piece. I want to see it, even if it's hard. I wanna see it. I wanna be able to navigate through it with clarity, because I think sometimes things are right in front of us and we don't wanna see it, and sometimes we're not ready to see it, and that's okay. We can navigate through our readiness, but for me personally, I wanna see it. I wanna see it. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. Spirit's probably tired of hearing that. Show me, show me, show me. But that's just me. That's just a me thing. I want to see it. Okay, honest and raw is kind of the path. All right, help me focus here, guys. Goat. Didn't we have the goat last week too? Interesting. I'm pretty sure we had the goat last week. Be very discerning regarding your relationships, trusting your senses and intuition over your rational, logical mind. Stop butting your head against a wall, trying to get through to someone who isn't accessible. Talked a lot about friendships today, didn't we? Relationships. Ask for support when you need, in spite of any fear of being vulnerable. Keep moving forward step by step toward whatever goal you're after, trusting that you'll be able to climb over any obstacles and know that should you slip, you'll always land on your feet. It's critical that you spend time outdoors and immerse yourself in nature. Your libido is strong right now, so allow its self expression in a variety of creative and harmless ways. I love that. Should we do an angel card? I'm feeling pulled. It's screaming at me over here. It's screaming at me. Let's navigate through it here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Same animal as last week resonates with me so well. Yeah, I thought so. It was the same animal. I thought we had the goat last week. Guess we needed to hear from the goat again, right? Stay. So we got two angels kind of sitting together on a cloud here floating. Let's see what the stay card meaning is. I don't know this deck by heart, you guys, so I'm not shy to grab the book and read from it whatsoever. I think it's important to acknowledge that we don't all know everything all the time. This card guides you not to run away from troubling situations or how you really feel. Holy cow. Whatever it is that's going on, challenging you right now, there is something that you need to experience and learn in this lifetime. Wow. There's an aspect of the situation, however, that unpleasant that it may be, it will teach you and show you the direction that you need to go. So ask the angels not to make any so the angels, sorry, my mistake. So the angels ask you not to make any extreme decisions right now. While this may seem like the exact opposite of what you hope to hear, please know that the indigo tools and lessons you'll acquire by preserving will serve as priceless assets in your life right now. Someday you'll see the situation as clearly as the angels do, and you will know that when the time is right to make a change, it will come. Wow, that's pretty amazing how we talked about, right? This card guides you not to run away. That just kind of like, to tap into how we really feel about it, to tap into, our authentic self, to tap in what look at you guys resonating with that. Yeah, right. Sometimes and I think when we talk about that a little bit, I was just processing it and marinating in it myself, is sometimes we do run away about how we authentically feel about something. Right? Like we know like we truly don't acknowledge, this is how I'm feeling. Stay in it. Sit with it. Process it. Release it. We don't have to necessarily run or suppress. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. I love my time with you every single Monday. I just love you guys. Love you so much. Just to let you know, I want to share that. Yet my hubby won't be getting his answer just yet. Yeah, sit with it, process it. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, "Man in the Mirror." Oh boy, that's relevant for me. Thank you so much, Lana, for doing these helps so much. You're amazing. You guys are all amazing. This community, I love this community so much. It really I get a lot out of this too. So you guys also give back to me. I truly do. And I mean, I show up here wide open to learn too. Absolutely, whether it be a perspective or some accepting support or acknowledge, just being able to hang out with like-minded people. It's very fulfilling. The Monday starting the week off here is very fulfilling to me. I always look forward to it. All right, I'm hopefully, I think I am here. Let me just see. I think I just wanna double check. I know there's a Monday that I'm not here. I am here on the 10th. Yeah, so I am here. I will see you all for a energy update on November 10th. Wow, time this time of year, November 10th. Is that right? That's right. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings. Have a spirit guided week, you guys. Bye.